Hi, I'm Marty McCormack. I'm the bass player and lead vocalist here for Switchback. Here is Paul Russell on fiddle, and we also have Nick Herka on drums and banjo and boron. From Fujinomiya, Japan, we have Takeshi Horiuchi, master boron player, and gentleman I've been working with for 25 years, Brian Fitzgerald, master player on the mandolin and guitar and singer as well.
And hello folks, my name is Jimmy Lisiaga here with Good Times Radio TV, here live with Switchback. Gentlemen, I just heard you guys doing a quick sound check at about 2 songs. You guys are on it. You guys are going to rock it tonight. You guys go on at 9, right?
Appreciate it,
yes.
yes.
So just about 90 minutes to go to the big show. I was checking out your guys' webpage, which is www.waygoodmusic.com. Very cool page. Got to read up a bit on you guys. Oh no, really? It's way good music. Wanted to ask you guys a little bit about how you guys kind of got going as a band, how you guys all met, how Switchback kind of got going.
Brian, why don't you take it?
Marty and I met in the Chicago Irish scene. We're talking about 25 years ago, and I had been playing with a guy named Cuz Tehan, and he was from off the boat. What was Cuz's home ground? Kerry?
County Kerry.
County Kerry man. So he and I and a couple of fiddle players were playing at this place out in Palatine called Dirty Nelly's, and Marty was playing with his family, and Marty and I got to talking before the show, and we decided to invite each other up on stage during each other's show sets. So that's how we first met, and then we later had Marty join us up in Milwaukee Irish Fest up there, and he sang to thousands of people with us, and the next thing we know, we were like, we got to get this guy on more shows. So that's how Marty and I first crossed paths in that little humble place out there in Palatine, the little Dirty Nelly's. Yeah.
And then so how did Paul, Nick, and Takeshi get into the picture?
Okay. Well, Paul's my godson. Paul, how'd you get into music?
I started playing fiddle when I was 5, and then eventually I started playing with my uncle and other people, other bands.
I met the guys at a church near my house. They were playing there, and I sat in with them for a few songs. I played a service with them. And I sat in for a few of their originals on the drums, and they invited me to a festival the following weekend, and then it was all downhill from there. So that, yeah, it was complete happenstance.
I live in Japan now, but I used to live in the United States. When I lived in Austin, Texas, I heard the good music. It was Irish music. It just came to my heart. That was my first time in my life. And then I was sent to Rochester, Minnesota, where I met the Switchback. Well, the first time I saw them in the Rochester's English pub called Whiskey Dinkies, where I met them first time, and they invited me to play together. I enjoyed.
That is really awesome, guys. And then Marty playing the bass and lead too.
Yeah, well, just like Brian said, we got together early on, and I think the thing that Fitz and I enjoyed about each other was that we both liked writing songs. And at this club, Fitzgerald's, we'd come in from a lot of Irish shows, and we saw our heroes, these Texas musicians that would come in. They were looking really tough on stage. They'd play, wicked guitar solos, and we thought, we better, that's the direction we should go, and so that's why we're known for our American roots music as well as our Celtic soul. And why we have Lloyd Maines from the Dixie Chicks, he produced their album, and he produces our albums as well, and we've been very lucky with these guys. We've been able to get on PBS and get around the country and over to Europe.
So who would you say are some of the artists that inspire you guys to write what you guys write?
That's easy.
Well, there was one group that we had around the house quite a bit when I was in high school. It was the band, Robbie Robertson.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys were always. There was a great Americana act before they had the term really going. Americana music wasn't really describing that kind of music. But now, like guys like Levon Helm are main centerpieces for down in Memphis. You know, he's like one of the enshrined members of that whole collective. So there's a lot of great jazz artists like Django Reinhardt. We had a lot of people come through the bar here that totally influenced. Like Stevie Ray was playing to 20 people here, you know, a couple times, you know, and I got to actually handle his guitar. And, so it's just, Marty, who are some of your influences?
Well, besides what Brian talked about, I mean, folks that come through this bar, like Joe Ely, Flaco Jimenez, the Texas Tornadoes, Dave Alvin, Rodney Crowell, all those guys. Webb Wilder, his live performances, they all, I mean, the live performance thing really got us. But as far as recorded music, I think for our Celtic side, it was more like the Corys and, you know, believe it or not, even, you know, the Irish Rovers and the Chieftains. I mean, I used to run cross-country meets, you know, I'd listen to the Chieftains to psych myself up in high school for running, you know, cross-country races. Yeah, and now we've played with Matt Malloy of the Chieftains, and we're probably going to do some recording with him as well, you know. So it's kind of neat, dream come true. Another guy that kind of had a big influence, and there's a list, you know, but Michael Nesmith. You know, after he left the Monkees, he's considered one of the you know, the godfathers of Americana music, and rightly so, because he took a lot of stuff and played with it. Well, my friends in college turned me on to that, and I thought, you know, this guy's a monkey. And then I found out this guy, I mean, his music, and he just took things to a whole new level, and I have a lot of respect for him. And our most recent album that we're working on, Kanoka, is kind of a tip of a hat in his direction, actually. So.
Now, who generally writes the songs? Is it like is it a team effort, or is there just like a couple people that kind of do it? How does that work?
It's a nice team collaboration. Variety of ways it happens, but it's a true team effort, and
and we do each other's hair too.
Yeah, right. Now let's just talk.
We're both from large families. He's from a family of 10 kids. I'm from a family of 9, and I think that has a lot to do with how we were able to cope with the differences and the samenesses with each other. So.
Let's talk for a second about how you guys, you know, when you guys first started as Switchback and where you guys are now, as far as how the songs have kind of grown. Mm-hmm. Songs that you wrote, you know, your first couple of days playing, as opposed to how you guys played those same songs now. Mm-hmm. Same goes with songs that you wrote, you know, your first couple months, as opposed to songs that you're writing now. How does all that kind of move forward?
Well, I think the biggest difference between then and now is that now we work with Nick primarily in a trio. For years we worked as a duo. And we were known for 2 guys that sound like, you know, 6 guys on stage. Yeah. We had stomp boxes. We just kind of have a driving sound. And, you know, as far as the songs themselves, I mean, you know, we've written probably about 300 songs to date. So there's a lot of twists and turns that have taken place as far as what kind of material. And, you know, as you get older and you have things happen to you, you tend to reflect on things and write a lot more, you know, about life experiences. But adding the band members like Paul and Takeshi, it's a whole other thing for us, you know. And but I don't think maybe, you know, it's going to be 20 years of Switchback playing together. And 20 years ago, if you would have told us, like, we were going to have stuff scored for symphonies, that we were going to be on PBS, that we were going to be working with, you know, opening for people like the Moody Blues and things like that. You know, we just did it all grassroots. You know, Ani DeFranco and those kind of people are kind of our heroes, the people that have kind of defied the music industry to a degree and just kind of took it on their own shoulders to be doing independent music. So, you know, that's I don't know. Fitz, do you have anything to add?
No, I just think that, you know, overall, one thing that's happened is with our sound is we as the duo, we probably played a lot more. Now there's a little more space. There's a lot of more delving into the space, and I think sonically we've improved quite a bit as far as tone and all that. It's just a maturing process, and when we work with Lloyd Maines, we were turned on to a great producer, engineer, Mike Hegler, who's got King Size Studio down in Chicago, and that was a really great thing for us to get into a studio that was of that caliber. You know, it just kind of left the other ones in the dust. So.
Right on. Now you guys have a really cool tour coming up. You guys are going from Italy to Ireland, right? And that's September 27th through October 4th. October 11th.
That's right.
September 27th.
Yeah, we have a very solid fan base, and I'm doing a lot of touring. We've been very lucky to bring along fans. Last year we had like 60 fans go with us to Ireland and put on some concerts over there. And this year we're bringing people to Tuscany, and then over to Ireland, Kinsale. We pick out a spot and in Ireland and Italy, and we kind of just stay there for about a week, do day trips.
Locals,
Yeah, make the locals nervous.
So do you guys get to hang out with your fans then that come through,
Exactly.
and that's got to be
Yeah,
cool,
that's
man.
the idea.
Yeah.
It's just they get to see us, without a guitar in our hands,
Right.
and so it's a very relaxed, and we get to know a little bit more about our fan base, and that's helped us with our songwriting. Falling Water River, was an album, a song cycle we did about a soldier going off to Iraq, and a lot of what our fans experienced with their sons and daughters going off to war kind of fed into that album. So it's important for us, to share time with our fans. We respect them quite a bit. They keep us going,
Yeah, that is really cool. Now, do you guys have people at home, and I'm guessing you guys do, who really, kind of help you guys with that extra push to, make it to gigs? People that are, just kind of backing you guys up,
Yeah.
helping you through it.
Yeah, like any independent band, we have our fan club president, and we also have a person we call a road manager, and she takes care of our Switchback team, which is called Steam, and we have presidents of that, and it's actually quite organized. We found, we really need to have a volunteer organization to help us get posters up and help us with merchandising and just getting fans out to a show. And it comes in really handy. We have then, with Steam, we have people in various towns around the world, in Paris and Dublin and Scotland, and they all check in, and it's a network.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys have played a bunch of gigs, including opening for bands like the Moody Blues. What would you guys say was your favorite gig and why?
Yeah, well, let these guys say.
The performing in Ireland, I think, was big just because of the surrounding things. But there's been many little places that I've managed to take something from. There's a place called the Acorn Theater in Michigan that I really liked. I get to visit a lot of small towns and stay in a lot of places where I wouldn't otherwise be able to stay. So I could probably tell you something about each town that we've played in. I could tell you the name of a few girls from each town we've played.
Oh, nice.
No, really, though. Yeah, I take something from all of them.
Right on. Now you guys have been going for a long time, and are kicking butt. Clearly kicking butt. Walking in, you guys are doing a sound check, and a lot of bands that are good, their sound checks are kind of off. You guys are right on. You guys know what you're doing very, very well. You guys have a singing drummer, which is awesome. Really, really, really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Let's talk about really quick. You guys have done so much in past years. Where do you guys want to go now? Like, what is there next? What is lying ahead next for Switchback?
Okay. Well, I can say a couple things and then turn it over to Fitz. I think the one thing I mentioned that we're very excited about is 3 of our albums are being turned into orchestral arrangements. And Falling Water River is going to debut, I believe it's September 9th and 10th in Dubuque, Iowa. We're working with Paul Von Mertens, who worked with Brian Wilson and did all the arrangement for Brian Wilson Reimagines Gershwin. He's handling our Irish album Bolin Ree with us, and as well as the Americana album Kanoko. And I don't know, what else do you want to add in?
Just we've, like Marty said, we've written a ton of tunes, and it's for Marty and I. It's just as important for us to get into the studio and keep working on those projects. And the more successful we are at gendering good shows, good gigs like these PACs, which are performing arts centers, they're really going to. During the wintertime, we want to be able to get back into the studio for a couple of months and really delve into that material.
And then just very quickly, we've been asked to write liturgical music. It's kind of interesting, music for kids. So our music horizons are kind of expanding as well. And the next year, it's just the more projects we can put on, the better. That's how we feel.
Awesome, guys. Well, this has been Good Times Friday here live with Switchback. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much for being on.
Thank you.
You guys are gonna rock tonight, 9 p.m., right?
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, check them out at www.waygoodmusic.com. They're also on MySpace, Facebook, Reverb Nation, YouTube, Twitter, and Blogger. So yeah, guys, check them out. You guys can download their music once again at www.waygoodmusic.com. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being on.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Good Times Friday.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys,
It's a neat little